You know, when we see a world champion, we really only see that final moment of victory, right? It's just the tip of the iceberg. Well, with speed skater Jordan Stolz, what's hiding beneath the surface, that's the real story. So, let's get into it.
Okay, first off, let's just try to wrap our heads around this number. 40 miles per hour. That's how fast guys like Jordan Stolz are moving on nothing but two thin blades of steel. It's almost impossible to really picture.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. He says it himself. That feeling of hitting a turn at full speed, it feels faster than a car, maybe even a race car. We're talking about pure, raw human power just blasting against the clock.
And that, right there, is the world of Jordan Stolz. It's a place where every single fraction of a second is earned the hard way, and your only true opponent when it comes down to it is time itself. It's like playing a high-speed chess match on ice.
So that brings up the big question, doesn't it? How on earth does a person do that? What does it actually take to create that kind of insane speed and, more importantly, control? Well, the answer isn't what you see on TV on race day.
And here it is, straight from Stolz himself. This is the heart of it all. The races, the medals, the world records, that's just the shiny part that everyone sees. The real story is the mountain of work that happens when nobody is watching.
This is the other 90% of the iceberg, the unseen grind. It's this absolutely massive, grueling foundation that gets built in the dark, long before any of the stadium lights ever come on.
And check out this contrast, because it's pretty wild. During the racing season, a workout on the ice might be a super intense, super focused 40 minutes. But the summer, the off-season, that's when the heavy lifting happens. We're talking 4 to 5 hours on a bike, followed by these long, brutal sessions in the weight room. You're not just practicing for a race, you're literally building the engine from the ground up.
But listen, brute strength is not enough to win gold medals. It just isn't. The next massive layer of this whole iceberg is the mental game. That ability to control your mind and your body when the pressure is absolutely crushing.
Stolz has this phrase for it, nervous system-based control. It's not just about, pushing harder. It's about feeling the ice, timing every single push perfectly, and making these tiny little adjustments based on pure instinct. It's this incredibly deep connection between mind and muscle, and it's built over thousands and thousands of hours.
And the fight isn't just on the ice, not even close. Think about this stuff for a second. Imagine having to deal with a 15-hour time change, constant soul-crushing jet lag, trying to get your nutrition exactly right when you're in a totally different country. These are the invisible battles that can completely drain an athlete before they even think about lacing up their skates. And you can literally see his growth right here. At his first Olympics in Beijing, he was a rookie, and all that off-ice stuff was a huge struggle for him. But then, after years of competing on the European circuit, he basically mastered the art of being an international athlete. And now, that experience is one of his biggest weapons heading into the next Olympics.
So where did a journey like this even begin? Well, it wasn't in some fancy high-tech training center. No, it was somewhere way more humble. This is the origin story, the very core of what makes him a champion.
That's right, it all started on a frozen pond in his backyard. His dad would literally go out and shovel a track in the snow for him to skate on. It's just an amazing reminder that pretty much every great journey starts with a simple passion and a whole lot of family support. And just look at this timeline, it's incredible. He starts out on that pond, inspired by short track legend Apollo Ono. At 14, he gets too tall for short track, so he switches to long track. Just 1 year later, he's getting coached by another one of his heroes, Shawnee Davis, and by 17 years old, he's an Olympian. With his name being mentioned in the same breath as the great Eric Heiden, it's just wild.
So all of that, it brings us to right now, to the road ahead. All of this history, all of this work is pointing towards one single thing, the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina, Italy.
And this is what it all boils down to for Italy. You've got this big unknown, right? A temporary ice rink that none of the top skaters have ever used. But you weigh that against a Jordan Stolz, who is physically so much stronger and way more experienced than he was 4 years ago. He has the power and the mental game he just didn't have before.
And that, right there, is the quiet confidence of a true champion. He knows the work he's done. He knows exactly what he can do. He's not being arrogant, but he believes deep down that if he skates a perfect race, the result is going to be a gold medal.
So it really leaves us with this one last thought. The next time you watch an athlete like Jordan Stolz step up to the line, just remember the iceberg.
The real race isn't just against the clock on the wall, it's against the thousands of unseen hours, the 99% of the work that it took just to get there.